The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, real estate investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.
Welcome to Primetime Home Buyers, and you're here with your host, Lashley, your real estate legal consultant. And I want to say welcome. We're going to do what we've been continuing to do for the last couple of weeks, and we're going to be talking about investing in Georgia tax lien sale. It is a very hot market, and our goal is to educate. Now, if you ever heard this commercial, do you want to invest in tax liens? Let me show you. Or this commercial, this is the easiest way to invest in tax liens and receive money from the government. Those particular commercials actually irks me when I see it. Not because I consider them competition, but I actually consider them disruption of the flow of tax lien and tax deed investment. You know, I have been investing in tax liens and tax deeds for the last 6 years. Over the last 3 to 2 years, there has been an increase in the market of investing in tax liens and tax deeds. And what I have noticed in these last 2 to 3 years, I have had increase of legal consultant services. Okay, so my goal is to prevent. And what we show you here is keys to doing your due diligence. Now, what I do is reveal way more than the average allegedly tax lien guru does. And I give you more details, show you where to research, and give you some key law information pertaining to your state. But we also have much more to offer the audience. We have a full tax lien course that breaks down every single step for you. And we guide you hands-on by giving you examples. So this is something we're going to just show you at the end, because we do have approximately a 7-section seminar that is related to tax liens investment, in which you can use the information to invest in any market across the United States. Okay, so that's what we're here to do. I want to say thank you for being here with Lashley. It is Amazing Monday. Thank you. So what we're going to do is just do a quick flashback. Okay, we're going to do a quick flashback into Georgia tax lien sale, but we're going to be highlighting quiet title action. Okay, now if you remember, that's what we did last week. We highlighted quiet title actions and what it is, the importance of getting it done as a tax lien investor in Georgia, and its role in you obtaining the property. If you have not seen that, please flash back. So if not, we're just going to do a little quick breakdown. Okay, so we know what quiet title action is. Do you guys know? We know a quiet title action is an action that is taken to clear ownership for a particular property. Okay, so today we're not only going to talk about quiet title action, but we're going to compare it to a deed. Okay, we want to explain to you the difference, because some people get, the quiet title action done, apply for the certificate of title, and they say, hey, I'm done. And that is not the end of the process. Okay, so we want to make sure that you actually have this property in your hand by doing the correct steps. Okay, so now quiet title action is the legal process used to establish clear ownership of the property. It initiated action that the claimant must have a vested interest in this legal standing. So you know us as tax lien and tax deed investors, we have a legal standing as tax lien investors, and we are first in line right under the IRS to claim the particular property that we have invested in. This process allows you as the investor or the property owner to resolve uncertain issues with this particular property. And as we went into it, we understood that the quiet title action is usually done by a title company, in which they will take an extensive look at the history of the particular property that you're trying to get the title transferred in your name. The quiet title action involves a thorough title review and research process by which the review will highlight potential issues like easements, liens, clerical errors, things that involve the stamp certification, missing people who was transferred on the particular document, some of these things. And also it highlights encumbrance. So you want to make sure, I say it again, liens and encumbrance. You want to make sure that these things are looked upon. But what we actually teach you in our program, we show you, is to do your due diligence prior to getting to this step and possibly finding a big issue. So the importance of doing this is because it's going to provide the whole history, financial history, transfer history, something, to that nature, of the property and what is attached to it. So they usually use public records, and all of this is public records to you and me. That's how we constructed the title search section for you guys. We show you what entity to go to directly and what to look for and how to look for it. We give you an example. We don't just do PowerPoints and talk through. We actually show you. So that's why our course, when we show you, is pretty extensive, but it is a self-guided course, and it is on demand, so you can kind of run through it as needed. So we talked about what is the process in Georgia, and we know, is it judicial versus non-judicial? Okay. What is it? It is a non-judicial process, because we already know that you don't have to do a formal foreclosure process. That formal foreclosure process is actually known as a full foreclosure. In some states make you do that, i.e. example, Maryland, but Georgia does not. But one of the requirements is to gain ownership after you invest is to actually do this title search, look through the records, and make sure that any liens or any heirs to the particular property will be put on notification, because this is an action that is taken in court. So what happens after you get your certification done, you will petition for a court date. Okay, so you want to make sure you do your due diligence, and that due diligence at this particular time is done by a title company. Now, we always recommend do your own thing, do your due diligence, but in this particular process, you will have to spend at least $200 to get a formal title search done, and that will yield you a certificate, a title or certificate. Okay, so this title of certificate will basically tell the judge that a thorough background was done, and that's what you're going to file with your petition in the particular county of your property of interest. Okay, so you'll get your court date, and you're going to be looking for your final judgment. Now, what I highlight on that particular court date is that all the parties that have interest in this particular property have to be notified. Okay, so there's two issues that you want to highlight. Maybe someone will come and petition the date of you'll try to seek your judgment, or maybe they will come to petition the property years down the line. And we kind of gave you an example of that when we talked about some of the stipulations that title insurance company do in Maryland. If you don't know, please look at that video. But at that particular time, when you put your petition in with the proof of certificate of title. Now, just understand, remember, we told you, you don't have to get title insurance to get this process done. We explained what title insurance does, and we're going to kind of go back over it for you. But title insurance is a bonus for the investors. Okay. Now, in this particular court date, if you have someone contest, I will say there's a high chance that the judge will side with you. You know why? Because you had a formal title company already do their due diligence. And if that person actually has some interest in a lawyer that is there that's going to speak on their behalf, they're going to have to pay some monies to retrieve that property out of your hand due to the fact that you already invested. There were taxes that were due, and interest and penalty that is due to you by way of law. So let's just keep that in mind. So this is recommended for first time investors to definitely, if you're going to do this, I'm not saying go get a lawyer in Georgia because you actually can do it yourself, but I want you to know the steps, okay? And also research the law. So if you're a first time investor considering a quiet title action, it is recommended that you consult a title action attorney, okay? Because you can't certify your own title search. Now, as I mentioned to you years ago, or just 2 years ago, the lawyer I was dealing with in Maryland, I was like, hey, let me see a title search. Let me see what you got. And it was like a twin to what I got when I did my due diligence. He didn't have nothing more, nothing less. And a lot of that information you can find on a public platform in a court recorder's office. So we do show you how to do that in the course, and we also show you how to read the deed and look for issues and kind of look with what's normality in the deed, the structure of it. That's the most important. We show you structures because once you know the foundation and the structures of a system, you can apply the method anywhere. Okay. So I want to say thank you for being here with Lashley. Please hit the like button. Our goal is to get in the algorithm and to educate as much people as possible. We want people to be safe in these tax lien, the tax deed investment process. We do know that a lot of people are locked out of the market and they're finding innovative ways to get in. And this is starting to really, really boil over. My thing is to get as many people into the program so they can do their due diligence prior instead of afterwards having to consult with me. And we have to come up with a plan to figure out to get these people out this rut. You see what I'm saying? So that is actually my MO. I want you guys to be safe, safe, safe. So title certificate explain. Let's put, let me see, where's the, I had a little picture of title certificate, but I don't. Thank you for being here today. So first concept you want to know about title certificate, and we kind of explain the how you get it, go about getting it, who will be the entity. A certificate of title is a legal document, but we want you to understand what it is versus the deed. Okay, this is just a process of basically is a legal document that is issued by the state or municipality. It is confirmed that the legal ownership that you have legal ownership over the property. The document served as proof owner's rights to the property, usually referring to that investment property. Okay. The buyer becomes the new owner and holder of the title once they have made their last payment. Now, this is related to a mortgage. So we're going to kind of talk about interchangeable because I think the next part I meant to mention that if we could talk about it from a mortgage perspective and a tax lien perspective. So the certificate of title is something that you get after you finish pay your mortgage and is released to you, which is connected to a warranty deed. Okay. But a certificate of title is given to you after you brought your information into the judge and you got your judgment. That does not mean that you have rights to enter the property. Okay. There's still some things you have to do, especially if it's someone inside of the property. So the court orders that. That's after the judgment. So identification information. The individual who is accountable for the estate or property is listed on a title certificate until the individual choose to sell it. So that's how you know. That's how you know who was the last person. You want to make sure that that matches the last deed as well. If it's two people on a deed, it should be two people on this certificate as well. Does that make sense? So the estate may however, the estate may have encumbrance. This is the property. And that encumbrance is like a mortgage. Okay, so just giving you a heads up prior to this title certificate being released, if the mortgage is not paid in this particular example, it won't be released. Okay, now public records, as we know, public records is going to be your friend. Okay, and that is the title company friend as well. Public records are vital for all property concerns and have to be adequately assessed. Is assessment of the ownership since the offerings or publications or transferring. You want to look for that in the county recorder's office. We're giving you where to go do it at, but it's how to do it and make sure that you know that you're doing the right thing and looking at the right thing, because some things can be very overwhelming. And that's why with the program, we gave you PowerPoints, hands-on. PowerPoints, hands-on examples, questions, and surveys. It's very detailed. You can move through this program efficiently. So parties can use the public document trails to define their legal rights against claims from third parties and sellers and transfers. So that this same information that you're going to be using is the same thing that if someone's trying to go against your claim, they will use that information as well, because they'll say, hey, I was the person who was supposed to be notified on 3 times ago when this thing was sent. It don't happen all the time, but I gotta throw it out there. And what end up happening is that they have to prove that they have that they have some rights to it, and then they're going to have to satisfy the debt. Okay, so while certificates of titles provide information about the debt that is owned, it's important to remember that certificate of title does not serve as a guarantee that the person, land, or house is free of encumbrance. Now, that is a title search. And as we know, when you do the title search, there are some encumbrance or clouds that may not even be recorded. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you have something that's recorded and unrecorded, there is some type of liability that may occur where someone will come back. And that's why we're going to get into forever notice. What is a forever notice by God? Okay, a forever notice is something that a real estate investor should know. It is very helpful for you to know. It'll save you some time. It'll probably cost a little bit more in paying attention to the law, but it will help you. And I want to say thank you to Rumble. I see you guys in the audience. I appreciate you guys. No matter when I come back on or disappear, Rumble, you always kind of push me out just a little bit and people get the notifications. So shout out to Rumble. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button if you learn from the things that I share here. That lets me know that you're interested and I should follow up with the information. So the goal is you want to know when the property was sold, who was the sellers, any defects, encumbrance, as we told you. So that will be some of the things that they're going to look for before they give you a certificate of title. And then even if they give you the certificate of title, the insurance company knows that it may be people who can come and bring claims against it, and you should know that. That's why they offer you title insurance. Okay, there may be some debt that's connected to the property that is not recorded. So title search, this basically what ensures property owner maintain the title insurance. That's what we talked about before. That helps you cover any claims or defects on the certificate after the title search has been done by the title company. So they will offer that. It depends on the estate value. I don't know the history, how they actually come up with how much title insurance is, but I know it's not very, very important. I mean, very, very expensive. I do apologize. And again, title insurance will help you get loans. Okay, that's what the benefit of having title insurance. So the consequence of no title insurance is that you will have a hard time getting lenders to basically feel comfortable giving you a loan related to that property. So that is important for you to know why title insurance is good. You need it, you want it, you don't. It's not the end of the world, but it is something that can help you. Okay, so certificate of titles and deeds. So let's get into it. The title versus the deed. Thank you so much for whoever's here. I appreciate you. I hope you're learning. Just know that some of this information, these videos that I put out, they do disappear sometimes because they become members only. Okay. But this is not one of them. I just want to give you a heads up. So the title deed. This is the difference. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we're not talking about certificate of title. The title deed is a legal document used when the home is transferred. That's your next step, is to get that deed. You want to get a new recorded deed, okay? After you get the title certificate, okay, from the judge. All right, so that'll be saying that it's transferred from the seller to the buyer, in this case from the municipality to the tax lien investor. The certificate of title service as an impression. It is just an impression of the status of the property. It is not the transferability of the property, but it allows for transferability. Does that make sense? And does not serve as a guarantee of legal ownership. So that particular document is, you show it, it doesn't mean you have ownership. That certificate just means that the background was done on a particular property and this is no encumbrance, and now you can move forward. So your goal is to get the ownership. So what happens when the judge certifies these particular documents, then you have more than vested interest, you have ownership. Now, this is why we need to know law. We have vested interest, ownership, and then you have possession. I can own something but don't have possession of it. So now we have to move to the next step of getting possession of the particular property. So the primary function of the deed is to transfer the ownership of the real estate property to its new owner. That is the new birth certificate. Does that make sense? So now you have the deed traditionally includes way different information than what I just told you. And that's what you'll find in the court recorder's office. Now, when you're doing the title certificate, or me and you doing our self title search, we're looking for some of the information related to what's in the deed, because that's part of our soft title search. Does that make sense? But when I show you how to do the soft title search, you're going to different entities, different courts. I'm also going to be adding the UCC video so you can look for other liens and encumbrance. But we give you a good foundation of where to find liens and encumbrance, as well as looking at what the deed actually says. Now, when the deed is transferred to you, the same office, which is the court recorder's office, house the information related to the deed transferability. Now, this is public information for everyone. Now, the main doozy that I find is that people don't know how to read the deed, the transferability, or to find issues, and that's what we teach you, because it becomes uniformal. Once you know how one deed is done, it could be a warranty deed, it can be you don't want a quick claim deed, but if you see a quick claim deed in your research, you better hold up, wait, and do an extra research, because it may be some funny business. We don't like quick claim deeds here. They use a lot of that for fraud. Quick claim deed does not guarantee the ownership. It just guarantees that a transaction happened. Okay. And that's not what we're looking for. So I distinguished that a few months ago between the different types of deed, but that's actually in the deed seminar, as well as the title search seminar, for you guys to know the difference between these when you're looking through this. Okay. Not only are you doing that, but you're finding the issues. You're so thorough because you're so good at researchers. Okay. So now this is what I want to get to. And I've been talking a little fast, so I apologize, y'all. Y'all know how I do. When I got the information, it's just in my brain, it just run on down like water. So y'all can slow down the live, y'all can replay it so y'all can get some of this information. I do apologize. I know I was like, Dak, I was running that down pretty fast. We're only about 19, 20 minutes into the video. But what I do also want to get into is conventional quiet title actions. What are they? Versus a quiet title action against the world. Okay. So just to give you a heads up, this information, everything that we have shared with you in the last 3 weeks, is going to be provided in a comprehensive live at the end of the month. When we do our monthly live, what we're going to have is all this information that I talked out to you guys in a formal PowerPoint for the people who sign up for free. So you can put the visual to what I'm saying, because some people, auditory learners, they can dictate, and some people need visual. So this month we're going over and beyond, and everything that we have shared with you in the last 2 to 3 weeks will be in a PowerPoint presentation presented to you, I believe, on the 26th. We're going, January 26th. That's our monthly seminar. And we always usually have it the first Sunday of the month. But because it was 4 Sundays this month, it's going to fall at the end. Okay. Change this up a little bit. So let's just talk about conventionally quiet in the title. Okay. So conventionally quiet in title is a much cheaper process than doing a quiet title against the whole world. It allows you, the plaintiff, to be named as defendant. Only certain particular persons or companies, which are people who have liens, people who are heirs to the property, they will be notified. You want to make sure that you're going to at least get the the last 5 years of people who have some type of interest in this property to be notified if they find any attachments. I'm just giving that to you, giving it up to you so you could kind of have an idea. Don't get excessive with the notification, but you can. It's better more than less. But with that goes to say, is a faster and less expensive process. There is no requirement for appointing a special master. What is that? Okay, now if you have to do a forever notice, you will need to appoint a special master. So we'll kind of talk about that when we talk about the forever notice. Thus you don't have to wait for the special master to make determination, nor that you have to pay the special master. This method can be used to acquire titles to persons holding tax deeds. Okay, because at this point, when it has advanced and matured 6 months after the tax lien sale, that means that it's considered to be in deed mode and you're ready to redeem it. Okay, so quiet title action against the whole world. We're going to talk through that. Basically, what you have to do is you're going to have to pay um, to get as run for a certain amount of time, saying certain things, and it's going to put everybody on notice related to this property. When I'm saying that so abstractly, because each state has their own laws or what you have to put in this announcement. And some counties have particular papers which you have to put it in that particular paper. So that's why I say start with one or two counties in one state or one county to get to know it and crush it, especially if things like this have to come up, because you're going to know where to look for the law. You're going to know the newspaper already, possibly because you already was looking weeks before the tax lien sale. So these things are going to be repetitive information until you get your hands on that particular county. And, it's just like, close my eyes, I could go invest. And then you move on to another county. So in this particular situation in Georgia, they require you to have a special master that must be appointed. Um, we'll go into details about the special master on our monthly webinar, where to find one, who are they, what their jobs, what their requirements, and what they're liable for, because this special master will approve your forever notice. So they have to have some type of background certification. The courts, they have to be honorable. So the courts will have you pay for this special master, and they will conduct basically a quality assurance check to make sure that everything is okay with what you have done. And then they move forward to be there during the court date when you're ready to get these actions done. Now I'm being abstract because there is very detailed, as well as like some special masters make recommendations to the court of things that you have to do. So that may make you have to have another administrative action you have to do, which costs you more money. But if you have any inclination that somebody may come back for this property, you may want to do the forever notice. You see what I'm saying? It'll save you from someone coming back to try to get this property. But the first thing you want to know, what is the actual liability of doing this process? Liability is how much money you got to spend. Remember, guys, if you're coming into the tax lien sale with $10,000, I never recommend you spend your full $10,000 at the tax lien sale. I would recommend you spend $7,500 the most, save the rest of the money, and make sure that you have a savings plan to build on it. Because when it's time to obtain the property, you're going to spend a little bit. Then you have to secure the property. And if it's actually a property that needs a little bit building up and things like that, you're going to have to get ready for that. Even if you have a property that is ready and to go, you're still going to have to pay to get the property sold. Maybe get the property ready for a renter. We're going to talk about that in a couple of months as we go down the line. Some requirements to being a landlord. Hated it, but I talk about it. I'm not trying to be no landlord, but there are some requirements, and I have learned so much more from my other platform, because there's a town that actually have like a lot of stipulations to being a landlord, and I'm like, this is stressful. So you may need to go into the county's office and find out what's the stipulation to be a landlord, if that's something you want to do. Sometimes they require every year inspection to the property. Crazy stuff. Sometimes their fines are very high. Now, these are some of the things I really want you guys to pay attention to, because it's very, very important. Okay, so these are some of the things that you'll be doing in your due diligence process. Okay, like I said, if I talk really fast, I just want you guys to replay this video, put it on slow, because this is the talk through. It's a blessing that I talk like this in fluidity, because that tells you that I really understand this. And if you have any questions, I'm willing to help you guys answer those questions. So I want you guys to look at where you can sign up for this monthly webinar. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Monthly free seminar that we host every month, and it's online. And okay, so basically, here you're going to find legal real estate consultant. You'll go right there. Legal Real Estate Consultant is showing you all of the consulting services that I host. The first one is monthly information session. When you hit it, it's going to take you down here. And this is where basically this is the description of everything. And because I right here, it wouldn't show all the description until you bought it. So I want you guys to get a description of it. So it broke down the monthly information session, and it takes you here. So when you go into bookings, this is where you're going to see when we have our next one. Now, January, you see this little 26 that's yellow. That is our yellow. That's telling you on Sunday, on the 26th at 11 a.m., we have an open slot. We also going to have another information session on the 23rd. Is it? Did we change it? Why is this falling on the last Sunday of the month now? Okay, it went from the first Sunday to the last Sunday now, y'all. Because remember, it used to be the first Sunday. So it's the last Sunday of the month, which will be great because we do a whole lot of topics or a whole lot of information throughout the month. And maybe I can use that as a time to reflect on that. So the next one is going to be for the 26th. You'll just go next. You'll start, the process. And we'll be sending you the StreamYard configurations for that. Pretty simple. But we also want to give you a flash into the course. Okay, I want to show you what you're missing. We're not going to go into deep details, but I want to show you what you will see if you ever took the full course as a tax lien investor. We give you the details. Hold on one second. Okay, so here in this particular view, this is the view as a participant, and this is the full course. Here in the full course, we're going to put it full on the screen. Let me get myself right here in the corner. Okay, so here I'm just going to go over some of the things that you may see here. And this where all the content at will be in the middle. But here is actually all the sections that you'll be able to see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 sections plus 2 bonus. I thought it was 7, y'all. Okay, so it's 9 sections plus 2 bonus in each section. Let me just give you an example. The basic recap. Here we have the basic recap. Let's get started. What type of tax lien investment can I make? Surveys. So I do have a little brief survey, questionnaires, but I want you guys to understand that some of these are videos and some of them are PDFs. So you're going to have a mixture of videos that guide you. Like, let's get started. I believe that's a video. The recap is basically the breakdown. So this is the introductory. Make sure. Okay, that's the introductory video. And we go, what type of tax liens can I investments can I make? Here is a 12-minute video. You get started. It's different times, but then we come up. You have a survey that follows, short survey, one question. We don't want to blow your mind, and then we move on into brainstorming how behind tax lien investment. Again, all of this, man. I start easy. I start really easy. 12-minute videos, 12-minute videos. But then when we get into mindset, which is the next section, and I'm going to leave it here, we have about 9 steps. We don't let you skip the steps because it's a synchronized order. But here in mindset and due diligence is the key to success. Let's see what we got going on here. I believe there's some downloaded PDFs here. All right, there we go. So it's a downloadable PDF that's at the bottom of this. And then we'll go into the process of getting prepared as an investor. Again, I'm just showing you what we have to offer you. Here is a 10-minute video. So some of them 10 minutes, 40 minutes, things like that. Now, let's get into this where I just want to show you understanding and locating the deed information. Here is part of your due diligence. The due diligence is understanding the GIS map, understanding the location, understanding and locating the deed information. It's a 5-step. So in that particular step, I don't know why is it not showing anything. Most likely this is a PDF giving me a hard time. But here is the video that goes with it. And this video right here is about 6 minutes. We don't blow your brain out. This title search, introduction to title search. This is when we get a little deep. We got 11-minute video. See, and I told you this is all you can watch this on your lunch breaks, things like that. These are the concepts in this 11-minute video that you're going to look at. What is a cloud? What are the risks associated with having a cloud on the title? How can a cloud be removed? Types of deeds. What to look for on a deed. So you see what I'm saying? Understanding legal description. Why is it so important? What is an attachment, apex on the deed? Red lights to pay attention to on the deed document. So we have so much. I could just talk, but I'm not. So this is where you'll get this information related to the plans and course. What we were just looking at is the tax lien full course. That tax lien full course not only comes with what we were just explaining to you, but you get access to membership as well as you get access to the basic course. So you get a lock with this. And you same thing with the basic course. This is for the people who may not want to get into doing your due diligence, but this is what's missing from the basic course. The due diligence, me showing you where to get the deed, how to read the deed, where to find the will information, where to find encumbrance. That is not in the basic, but the basic program is for people who need to know the when, how, and where to get started. Basic Google search, you'll be looking, compare and contrast from the GIS map, Google search, and the tax assessor. So we give you a lot of information here, but it's not as overwhelming in the, I'll say overwhelming because some people, it's not as okay. That's about 5 hours of your time. But this one, the full course is going to be about 15 hours of your life. Okay. We advise you to take your time. Don't go run, because 15 hours, you stretch that over about 4 weeks, you'll be okay. Last thing I do want to show you guys, we do have our 5-step consultation service for new investors up and ready. Yes. Anyone in Georgia, we do offer one in-person meeting with you to go to a tax lien sale. But basically with this program, the first step is we do an investment strategy call. What's your investment goals, where you're at, what you're looking for. We kind of get an idea of what you're about to do. Step 2, you'll get access to our comprehensive online program. So everything I just showed you with this consultation service, because this is basically me walking you through it, you will have access to the program. The most important thing is that you need to go through the program, and we are your consultants hands-on. So you'll have access to the comprehensive online program, including detailed walkthrough on conducting due diligence based on your specific investment needs. So while you're going through the program and you're like, hey, how do you do this? What about this? I was looking at this, and the third. You have about 4 to 5 different meetings that you can meet with me between a 3-month span of time. Our goal is to get you invested in a tax lien wherever you're at, or deed in at least 90 days. Or we want you to attend a tax lien or tax deed auction and try to participate. We want to make it to that point where you are out and you are participating. Even if you don't want to do an in-person one, we will do an online one with you. But we want to make sure we get you to the point that you're right there about to serve and go get your investment in. Okay, that is the goal. This is our acquisition like the acquisition service. We want to make sure. So if you want that hands-on training, this is what we have for you. So you will have support in person or online auction, as I just mentioned it to you. That's step 3, guiding you through your first tax lien or deed auction. That's our goal. That's our goal. But what we do also, because we want to make sure you're successful, we follow up. We have a follow-up consultation that focus on closing the deal. Because once you invest, the deal is not closed. Just like we just explained to you with Georgia, the deal is not closed. So at that time, 6 months later, you should have at least 1 or 2 consultation services available for free. If you have one available for free, you come back, we talk to you about it, and then we also have other consultation services available that you can add on. Because with this particular package, I think we give you 5 free 1 to 2 hour consultations throughout the 3 month period. You have unlimited communication with me, which will be your mentor. And then our last section to our 5-step consultation service, tax liens or tax deeds acquisition. That is the goal. Closing strategy call to brainstorm ideas for your new property. So after you did your thing, you got it. Now you like what to do with this. So if you still need just a little bit of help, we do have that section that we have called Secure Your Energy. We talk about concepts of selling the property. 1, 2, as I just told you, I don't want to be a landlord, but I definitely know where to find the laws and how to make sure that you are prepared to be one. So this is the 5-step consultation service that we provide for you that actually takes place over a course of 3 months, no matter where you're at. The only thing is that we only provide in-person services for people who are in Georgia, no more than 3 hours away from the metro Atlanta area. So if you're 3 hours away from the metro Atlanta area, myself, your legal real estate consultant will go up to whatever tax lien auction you want, because you know they have them every month. We're going to go meet you up there, and we're going to make sure give you some strategies and kick butt. Okay. We even highlight bidding methods. Okay. And that's something that you can get for free. Let me just show you. Go onto the website, go onto the homepage. If you just want to kind of get a crack at what we have to offer you for free, I want you to stroll all the way down, and here in the Q&A, frequent asked questions, it says bidding strategies and approaches, download free PDF. Here is bidding strategies and approaches. You can just hit it, download it. It's going to come in your computer. It has no viruses. We don't play any games here. And you will get this PDF. Let me just hold on 1 second. Let me just show you the free PDF that you will get is a 5-page PDF. No, we're not here to play. We're here to slay. We're here to educate as much as possible, save as many properties from going into the big bankers' portfolio as possible. So if you want to kind of just look, this is where you can find it right here. You go right there and you can download this for free right now. Bidding strategies and approaches. So this little table of content, it talks about the types of bidding and investment strategies. So the types of bidding methods. Some counties do a bid down method, some don't, some so we talk about that, the different ones, and key terms to know. So here we have key terms related to bidding, bid down, premium bidding, over the counter purchases, rationales, random selections, rotational, I do apologize, I said rationales, rotational and random selections, and it's more. So we have a lot to store for you guys. I just want to tell you, we're here for it. We want you to be successful. We already know that most of us are not locked out the market. That's what I've been saying from the beginning. There is no more of us being locked out the market. We're going to do what the big bank has been doing, as well as the lawyers. We're going to get the facts and the information you need to be a safe investor. Okay. So unlock the secrets to financial empowerment at our Secure Your Financial Energy seminars. Those are free. As I say, once you get in the membership, you're going to see we got so much stuff for you for free. Okay. But we do ask for you to become a participant, become part of the family. And that's all we have for you today. So if you have any questions, please leave them at the bottom of the screen. This was a breakdown of closing the deal. When investing in Georgia, we highlight title certificates explained versus tax liens. Okay. Thank you for being here with Lashley. We will see you next Wednesday. We'll be live Wednesday next week. Okay. Until then, turn on your notifications. We may have some sneak peeks available for you.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all. Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.
Please remember, guys, that you can access the program from any of the URLs that we gave you. If you go to Primetime Homebuyers, the buybackteam.org, or you want to do www.taxlienexpertprimetime.com.